We're on December the 2nd, 2022. Friday Walkie-Talkie with Coopy and Greavesie. Here we are. We're on the way out to Stonton, Wyville, historic little village in East Leicestershire, to get eggs and have a walk. Yeah, so there it is. We're behind a Volvo, which is always very good. A nice Volvo on a Friday morning, Coopy, can't beat with a Volvo.
Braking for no reason.
And driving on the right hand side of the white line, but we won't show him to protect his modesty. Yeah. But there he is.
And there's the brakes.
Yeah, and yeah. Right, okay. Well, we'll see you in a minute at Stonton. We'll carry on and do a bit more recording on the way to Langton here, following the van. The mist disappeared, bouncing all over the place. Lovely countryside. And there we are. Real skilled, advanced driving driver. Just driving. And there we are. Back to the van. Lovely. Follow it. Should have carried on with that. You can see just over on the right there. No, you can't because it's disappeared. Oh yeah, you can. There we are in the distance, the Spire Church, Langton Church, which used to be in a field over there, which you can't see, and that got demolished. It was almost in the grounds of the manor house here, and that was demolished in Victorian times. Don't know whether it became derelict or not, and they built a brand new brick church, which I used to think was horrible, but it's now actually a fantastic example of Victorian ecclesiastical architecture. That's not bad for a Friday morning.
Not bad at all, Greavesie. Try saying that after a couple of shots.
But there it is, church fans. Tractor boy. Yeah, we'll look at it. Beautiful village. Look at that. The boozer on the left there. Nice carvery there on a Sunday. There's a church. You can't see it, but it's a very nice bit of Victorian brickwork. Sadly deteriorating a bit at the moment. And then we're coming up to the end here, the T-junction on the Harborough to Melton Road. Good old road, the B6047. And straight in front of us used to be a pub with Georgian windows. So they demolished it and built that, which was ridiculous considering it was a lovely old building in the first place. So they put a new building up that looks just like the old one but isn't old. Weird. Right, and here we are again. Georgie's Eggs at Stonton, Wyville. There we go. Give them a little plug because they're very good. I don't know if you can see any of that. Yeah, look at that. There we are. And right, and we're now walking along the road from Great Eastern to Leicester. Believe it or not, before the main roads from Harborough were built and before Harborough existed. And we're coming up in the far distance there. You can't really see it at the moment, but there's actually a road sign. I'll show you that in a few minutes. And the road we're coming up to is Gartree Road, which runs from Leicester. It's a Roman road, runs from Leicester south east, and it's believed to end up at Godmanchester. It certainly goes through Corby. There's various places where people will have been walking around or driving around and driven on it and probably not realised, but it becomes tarmac in places, it disappears into fields and isn't really there any longer in places. But yeah, this is we're coming up to one of the older bits. And also coming up to a large wet bit, which we will avoid. There we go. Here's Mr. Coop avoiding the puddle. You wouldn't believe it, in summer this is like a dust bowl. But, yeah. There's plenty of evidence in the fields round here of the old medieval 3-strip ridge and furrow system, where people had they'd have had one of them lying fallow, in other words unused, to recover, and one would have had one crop on it and one would have had another crop on it. Don't know about animals with that, whether they ever used to keep animals on them, but as you can see out here now, there's plenty of sheep. So if you're a sheep fan, Chris the sheep, here he is. We'll stop for a minute till we get to the roadside. Well, we find ourselves on a Roman road There we are, Gartree Road, and that's heading southwest off towards, or just over the little way over the brow you got Gleuston. And just to show it is a road, we have a road sign. There's the bridleway there that goes to Knowsley. Very nice walk up there, that is, as well. And we've just come from Stonton, Wyville, and then panning's bad on my phone, but there we go. Going round, there's the Roman road heading off to Leicester, and I believe that eventually turns into New Walk in Leicester. And then the reason we like coming up here, we're looking out there, we can see vaguely there, I think, is it there? Over there we've got, anyway, we've got the tower of Church Langton, spire of Church Langton Church. That's Ter Langton Church, sorry, Church Langton's in the middle there, and in the distance just to the right of the hill there is Thorpe Langton. And here we have some viewers.
Yeah.
2 of our subscribers, Chris the Sheep and Chris the Sheep. Okay. Okie doke, Ben.
Yeah, obviously one of the big advantages of getting out to these places that me and Greavesie get to, luckily enough on a Friday, is just being able to get away from the rat race. So
yes.
Yeah, and we talk about it a lot, and I suppose you do as well, everyone at home. The last nearly 3 years have just been madness. And being able to get out to these places is brilliant, but also if you can take in the views, but the way we breathe is important as well. So slowing your breathing down is massive. Sometimes, and we talk about it a lot.
We do.
Yeah, that you go to a place and if you can get your breathing in, it sinks in right as well. You just kind of get a double bubble.
Double benefit from it, isn't it?
Yeah. So the breathing's really important. That's it. So it's just getting your breathers in, not rushing. I mean, obviously we're filming because obviously for the channel, but if you can, obviously you need a phone on you, but try and put it on silent. Try and take this time to get away from messages and emails and texts,
and appreciate what you're actually looking at. Don't just look at the ground, look around at the views.
Look around.
That's it then, isn't it?
That's it. So yeah, so basically it's just a bit about, a lot of you may work from home now, you know, or your weekends are precious like everyone else's, so it's getting to these places and making the most of it, really. That's
right, yes. And of course, as long as you can get there, it's all free. You don't pay to go for a walk, do you? It's on your doorstep.
Exactly.
Take advantage of it. Buy an ordnance survey map if you're not sure where to go for the area. That will show you rights of way and so forth.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's good.
Get out there and enjoy it.
Yeah, plenty of fresh air.
That's very important, yeah.
Fights a lot of illnesses.
Yes, folks forget. And I think, Ben, if I may say, people forget, it's a ridiculous thing to say, but they forget how to breathe. You can really breathe deeply and expand your lungs. You'll be surprised the last bit you can take in with a nice deep breath. And it does give you a bit of a boost while you're walking, if you've just gone up a hill.
Definitely.
Something like that. So it is very important, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It promotes a lot of, you know, well-being is the key word nowadays.
Yes.
But it does help with thought processes, and if you're feeling a little bit down before a walk, changes your mindset, doesn't it?
Very much so, yes. Oh, we always feel better after going out. Whatever you've got, you can, in a way, you can almost switch your brain off out here, but sometimes you have it a problem you've got in the back of your mind, and while you're looking at all this lovely countryside, an answer which you've been looking for may come to you unexpectedly.
Yeah, that's it, because you're away from everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the village?
That's right, down there, yeah. Stonton Wyville, as we were saying on the way down here, is just now a small hamlet. There's a couple of listed buildings, the church, the manor house, there's 1 or 2 of the cottages, I believe. But it was a much larger place in years gone by. Now, I don't know a great amount of, oops, we're just full of tree there, a great amount of detail about the history of it at the moment, but this field that we're looking into here, we'll just stop for a moment, please, Ben, where we are. Now, looking down here, this field is full of earthworks. These platforms from old buildings, that recess, the dent you can see running down to the dark area. It could be a road, something like that, or at least a pathway between the buildings. And then you're looking across to what's left of the place now, and then Langton Caudle, the hill in the background again. And you're looking off towards Market Harbour there. And as I said earlier, this road that we're walking on, it's an unclassified county road. So you have motorways, A roads, B roads, possibly C roads. And this is an unclassified one. It's untarmacked. Having said that, there's a bit of tarmac here, but it's still got vehicular rights, and it is a very old route. And earlier on we were on Gartree Road, which is an old Roman road, so very straight in the main. That's been there for a couple of thousand years, or as near as Darnett. So yes, there's a lot of history, and there's an awful lot of things like this all around Leicestershire, or if you're watching further afield, there will be in your county, wherever it is as well. Just do a bit of research and hopefully enjoy it.